In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create matte versus glossy finish variations in Adobe Dimension. By the end, you'll understand exactly which controls shape the look of your surface and how to dial in a soft, matte feel or a high-shine glossy finish using the same material. Start by launching Adobe Dimension on your desktop and opening your document. Make sure you can see the Scene panel on the left and the Properties panel on the right. We'll use these two areas most. Keeping the same scene and lighting for both versions is important so you can compare the finishes fairly. Select the object you want to change in the Scene panel. In this example, the asset already has a soft plastic material applied, but don't worry if yours is different. Each material has its own set of controls, and we'll focus on the ones that matter for surface finish rather than color or texture. With the object selected, look to the Properties panel and navigate to the Materials section. Here you'll find the key sliders that control how light interacts with the surface, especially roughness and metallic. Think of roughness as how scattered the reflections are, and metallic as the character of those reflections. To create a matte look, raise the roughness value. Setting it to around 0.7 or higher quickly softens highlights and reduces visible reflections, giving that powdery, non-reflective feel. A setting near 1.0 will be very matte. You'll notice the surface looks more diffuse, and edges of reflections blur out until they're barely noticeable. If you want to minimize reflections even more, decrease the metallic value to 0. This tells the material to behave like a non-metal surface, which typically reflects less sharply and feels more natural for plastics, paint, or rubber. Keep in mind, what you see is influenced by your environment lighting, so reflections may shift as the scene updates. For a glossy finish, take the roughness slider down close to 0. Lower roughness makes reflections crisp and specular, creating that polished, shiny look. If it feels too mirror-like, nudge roughness up slightly to around 0.05 to 0.15 for a controlled gloss without losing the shine. Finally, adjust the metallic slider to define the type of reflection. A value of 1 makes the surface behave like metal with strong, colored reflections, while a value of 0 keeps it plastic-like and more neutral. Intermediate values can give a coated or lacquered vibe. That's all you need to switch between matte and glossy in Adobe Dimension. Use these same controls to create consistent variations for your designs, and you'll be able to match the finish to the story you want your product to tell.